As you watch this video, there are people on the planet who will never die. In the next 60 minutes, you will discover the best-kept secret in biblical prophecy, a truth that will completely change your perspective on the future, and perhaps your own life. There is a specific group of people who will make it through the apocalypse without dying. They will not only survive, they will reign. If you've ever felt like there's something greater waiting for you, if you've ever had the inexplicable feeling that you've been set apart for something extraordinary, then this may be the most important video you've ever seen. But before you find out if you're among the chosen ones, I need a little confirmation that you're truly ready for this revelation. If what you've felt in the last 30 seconds resonated with your spirit, if something inside you stirred, then click like right now. It's not just a button, it's a declaration that you're not like other people. And if you want to continue receiving revelations that others will never find, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Because what's coming in the coming days will separate those who are asleep from those who are awake. But I must warn you, what you're about to discover will challenge everything you've been taught about the end times. At this very moment, millions of people walk the earth unaware that they carry within them a cosmic destiny. They work, dream, love, completely unaware of the fact that they have been chosen to witness the greatest event in human history. And not just witness, but participate. Have you ever stopped to wonder why certain biblical passages about the end times seem contradictory? Why do some texts speak of total destruction, while others describe a 1,000-year reign on earth? The answer lies in a truth few dare proclaim. Not all will perish. Not all will be raptured. There is a third group, the remnant. What if I told you that you could be among them? Isaiah 65:20 reveals something shocking. There shall no more be an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days, for the young man shall die 100 years old. Wait, die? How can there be death in Christ's perfect kingdom? The answer is devastating, because not all who enter the millennium will be immortal. There will be two types of inhabitants: the glorified, resurrected saints who will reign with Christ, with immortal and incorruptible bodies, and the natural, mortal survivors who will populate the renewed earth, still in physical bodies, capable of reproducing and continuing the human race. Stop. Did you feel that? As I spoke about the chosen, something stirred within you. It wasn't coincidence. It may have been recognition. The great separation isn't just about the saved and the lost. It's about different callings, different destinies, different roles in God's eternal plan. But here's what will shock you. If you're alive when Jesus returns, and you're not raptured in the first phase, it doesn't mean you're lost. It could mean just the opposite. Everyone talks about being raptured, but what if you were told there's something even greater? What if some were chosen not to escape the earth, but to transform it? Daniel 7:27 declares, "The kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven will be given to the people of the saints of the Most High." People, not just individuals, an entire people destined to reign. Who are the saints of the Most High? They are those who have been set apart since before the foundation of the world for a specific purpose: to rule the earth during the millennium. They don't flee the world. They conquer it for Christ. The identifying marks of the chosen are clear to those with eyes to see: an inexplicable dissatisfaction with the systems of this world, a spiritual hunger that religion cannot satisfy, an ability to see beyond the veil, and above all, an irresistible inner calling for justice and righteousness. If you've made it this far, you're no longer like other people. You've crossed a line. The question is no longer if you have a special destiny, but which destiny you will choose. If you've always felt an inexplicable restlessness, if you've never fully conformed to this world, if there's a spiritual hunger that nothing seems to satisfy, perhaps it's because you weren't made for this age. You were made for the next. Matthew 5:5 promises, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." They will not inherit heaven, they will inherit the earth. A new earth, transformed, purified, but still physical, still real, still habitable. Forget clouds and harps. The millennial kingdom will be more real, more physical, more tangible than anything you've ever experienced. Isaiah 35 paints a mind-boggling picture. The blind will see, and the deaf will hear, the lame will leap like a deer, and the tongue of the mute will sing. Waters will burst out in the wilderness and streams in the desert. This is not a metaphor, it is literal. The millennial society will be a perfect theocracy, where Christ will physically reign from Jerusalem. The surviving mortals will multiply and repopulate the earth, living long and prosperous lives under the righteous rule of the immortal saints. There will be technology, but it will be divine technology, not based on rebellion against God, but on harmony with His creation. Imagine cities powered by God's glory, agriculture that produces fruit monthly, medicine that truly heals because it operates under the Creator's principles. Immortals will rule, but mortals will live, love, raise children, build, and dream. It will be the perfect synthesis of heaven and earth. Right now, as you watch, prophets around the world are receiving revelations about a great awakening. It's no coincidence that this video has reached you now, but there's something no one tells you. Not all survivors will remain faithful. At the end of the millennium, many will rebel. Why? Because having a regenerated heart isn't automatic. Revelation 20:7-9 reveals something terrifying. After 1,000 years of perfect peace, righteous government, and total abundance, billions of people will still choose to rebel against Christ. How is this possible? How can someone live in paradise and still reject Him? The answer lies in human nature, and it will shock you. Even under perfect government, even seeing miracles daily, even living in total abundance, the unregenerate human heart eventually resents divine authority. Pride, independence, the desire to be like God. These impulses remain dormant until Satan is released to test them. This is why not all who enter the millennium as mortals will remain faithful to the end. Only those whose hearts have been truly transformed will withstand the final test. Free will remains intact even in paradise. God does not force anyone to love Him. He creates the perfect conditions for love to flourish, but the ultimate choice will always be individual. When Satan is released after the 1,000 years, he will find receptive hearts in countless multitudes, people who have benefited from the kingdom but never truly submitted to the King. If you are feeling an inexplicable urgency, as if time is running out, it is because it is. The window is closing. The chosen are being sealed. At this point, you need to ask yourself a brutal question. If you were in the perfect kingdom, if you had everything, if Jesus was visibly reigning, would you still choose Him out of love or just out of convenience? Your answer determines not only your eternal destiny, but your role in what is to come. The ultimate test will not be in the tribulation, it will be in paradise. It will be when you have everything you've ever wanted, and yet you will still have to choose whether your heart truly belongs to the King. Ezekiel 36:26 promises, "I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will remove the heart of stone from your heart and give you a heart of flesh." This is the secret. Only those who received a new heart before the kingdom will be able to remain faithful to the end. Others may survive the tribulation, may even enter the millennium, but they will fail the final test. The real question is not whether you will survive the apocalypse. The real question is, has your heart been truly transformed? Do you love Jesus for who He is, or for what He can do for you? Who will pass the final test? Those who have learned to submit not out of fear or need, but out of genuine love. Those who choose righteousness even when they could choose otherwise. Those whose character was forged in the furnace of adversity, even before the kingdom arrived. Revelation 21:7 declares, "He who overcomes will inherit these things, and I will be his God, and he will be my son." Winner, not survivor, not beneficiary, winner. You've reached the end of this journey, but you're only at the beginning of another. If something inside you stirred during these 60 minutes, if you felt recognition where there should have been surprise, if there were moments when the words touched something deeper than your mind, then listen to this. You didn't find this video, it found you. Ezekiel 9:4 speaks of an angel who goes through Jerusalem and puts a mark on the foreheads of those who sigh and groan over abominations. These are the ones who will be preserved when judgment comes. The question that echoes through the centuries until it reaches you today is, are you sighing? Are you groaning over the state of this world? Is there something in you that cries out for justice, for truth, for a kingdom where righteousness finally reigns? If so, you may be among the marked. 1 Peter 2:9 declares, "But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's own people, that you may proclaim the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His marvelous light." Chosen race, royal priesthood, holy nation, one of His own people. These are not just pretty words. They are declarations of identity, of destiny, of calling. But knowing is not enough. Recognizing is not enough. You need to decide. Decide today that you will no longer be a passive spectator of history. Decide that you will be part of the solution. Decide that when the kingdom comes, you will be ready, not just as a survivor, but as a ruler. Romans 8:17 reminds us, "Now if we are children, then we are heirs, heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ. If we suffer with Him, we will also be glorified together." Joint heirs, not servants, not subjects, joint heirs. What does this mean? It means that the same power that raised Christ from the dead dwells in you. It means that the same royal destiny that awaits Jesus also awaits those who are truly His. Revelation 3:21 promises, "To the one who overcomes, I will grant the right to sit with me on my throne, just as I also overcame and sat down with my Father on His throne." Sitting on the throne, with Christ, ruling alongside Him. This is not figurative language. It is the literal destiny of those who overcome. But overcome what? Overcoming yourself. Overcoming the temptation to live for yourself. Overcoming the desire to be your own God. Overcoming the need to understand everything before obeying. Daniel 7:18 confirms, "But the saints of the Most High will receive the kingdom and possess it forever, forever and ever." They will receive the kingdom. They will possess it forever. They will not visit. They will not look upon it. They will possess it. The earth will not be destroyed. It will be renewed. And those who have been faithful in the small portion will be given authority over much. The future has already been written. Their part in it is still being decided. Every moment you choose righteousness over convenience, you are qualifying for the kingdom. Every time you choose love over selfishness, you are demonstrating the character of a ruler. With every decision to trust God even when you don't understand, you are proving that you can be trusted with eternal authority. Matthew 25:23 echoes through time. His Lord said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful with a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord." Faithful with a few things, I will make you ruler over much. What is little? Your current life, your present circumstances, your daily struggles. How you manage what you have now will determine what you will receive later. The much is the coming kingdom, cities to rule, nations to lead, a new world to manage. But first, you must prove faithfulness in the hidden, the small, the despised. Luke 19:17 repeats the promise. And he said to him, "Well done, good servant. Because you were faithful over a few things, you will be entrusted with 10 cities. 10 cities, to rule, to transform, to establish justice. This is the reward of the faithful. Not eternal rest, but eternal responsibility. Not heavenly retirement, but real authority. What if you've always dreamed of making a difference in the world? What if you've always felt born to lead, to transform, to fix what's broken? These dreams weren't placed in you by chance. They are echoes of your eternal destiny. Isaiah 61:3 speaks of trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that He may be glorified. Trees of righteousness, not delicate flowers that wilt with the first storm. Trees, firm, rooted, productive, enduring. You are being prepared to be a tree of righteousness. Every trial you face is developing deeper roots. Every challenge is strengthening your trunk. Each victory bears fruit that will last for eternity. Revelation 22:2 describes the tree of life that bears 12 fruits, yielding fruit each month. Constant productivity, perpetual benefit, life that multiplies. This is the image of those who will be planted in the coming kingdom, not just consumers, but producers. Not just beneficiaries, but benefiters. You have been called to be a source, not a drain. To give life, not just receive it. To serve, not just be served. But this calling comes with a price. Mark 10:43-44 makes it clear. But whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be slave of all. Servant of all. Slave of all. This is the nature of true greatness, not to be served, but to serve. Not to receive glory, but to give glory to others. Not to seek your own interests, but the interests of the kingdom. Jesus modeled this principle when he washed the disciples' feet. The King of Kings knelt to serve. The Lord of Lords humbled himself to lift others up. If you want to reign with him, you must learn to serve like him. If you want to be exalted in the coming kingdom, you must humble yourself in the present kingdom. Philippians 2:5-8 instructs us, "Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who, though he was in the form of God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but he emptied himself, taking the form of a servant, being born in human likeness. And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross." The same feeling, the same attitude, the same heart. This is the character that qualifies for royalty, not arrogance, but humility, not demanding rights, but giving them up, not seeking to be served, but serving. And what was the result of Christ's humility? Philippians 2:9-11 reveals, "Wherefore God also highly exalted him, and bestowed on him the name which is above every name, that at the name of Jesus every knee should bow, of those in heaven and of those on earth and of those under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father." Exalted highly. Name above every name. Every knee bows. This is the promise to those who follow Christ's example. Humiliation followed by exaltation. Service followed by kingship. Cross followed by crown. The way up is down. The way to greatness is through humility. The way to the throne is through the cross. Are you willing to pay this price? Are you willing to die to yourself so that you can live for him? Are you willing to lose your life so that you can find him? Mark 8:35 challenges, "For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for my sake and the gospel's will save it." Lose your life will save it. This is the paradox of the kingdom. You must die to live, lose to gain, serve to reign. But the reward is beyond imagination. 1 Corinthians 2:9 promises, "But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love him. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has it entered the heart of man." What awaits those who truly love God transcends all human imagination. It is glory beyond description. It is joy beyond measure. It is authority beyond comprehension. Choose wisely. Time is running out. The separation is happening. The chosen ones are being identified and prepared. The question is no longer whether you want to be part of the coming kingdom. The question is, what role do you want to play in it? Servant or ruler? Subject or co-heir? Follower or leader? Your choice today will determine your position tomorrow. Your decisions now will shape your eternal destiny. Your present character will define your future authority. The kingdom is coming. The question is, will you be ready? Not just to survive, but to reign.